If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whistle.
Los Rudos in the house. It's an extreme retro review for ECW. February 23rd, 1996. This is just another night. It's Extreme Retro Review number 179. So, my partner in crime, before he gives us the play-by-play of this show, came over with all his trees and everything because this is 420 weekend. By the time you hear this, you will already know that Hostile City Showdown is actually debuting on April 20th, 1996. And that's the show in question that we'll be having our smokeout.
Nice.
But my goofing crime over here, thinking that since it's the real 420 weekend, and I do appreciate it.
I was ready, man.
I do appreciate it. Let's not. He had the Minute Maids and everything. He had non-alcoholic beverages in the house and shit.
I was ready.
And juicy.
Them bitches delicious. Delicious.
Thinking that this was the show that we were going to be doing this smoke out to, but nah. This is a regular fucking house show. It's reminiscent of Battle of the Belts.
Yes. Take us back to our roots.
Recounted by us, Extreme Retro Review number 100. Oh, no. Recounted by us, Extreme Retro Review number 1.
You're motherfucking welcome, the show that started it all.
My bad. And Mountaintop Madness.
My bad.
Which was recounted by us in Extreme Retro Review number 134, I think. I don't know.
So you're welcome.
Get back to us, Legion. So, you know, but the only difference is it does have Joey on play-by-play. The show still sucks to me. The show still sucks. But at least Joey's calling the match. Unlike the two aforementioned shows, which had no commentary. So to my goofing crime, the floor is yours.
Oh, man. First of all, I want to thank you for the wonderful, heartfelt introduction. Unbelievable. I am Quintuple P, Hot Stuff Hollywood. For those who don't know, Quintuple P means I am the paragon of professionalism as well as the Pony Poom Pulverizer. Before we get into my little spiel on this particular show, overall, what were your thoughts, my brother?
I reiterate, this show sucked. It was nothing but a bunch of house show matches and rematches. The fucking Too Cold Scorpio and SABU shit again. Raven and the franchise again. Fuck this. It was basically the same match. Fuck this.
Oh, man.
For a gymnasium full of hillbillies.
Oh, man, somebody paid for that all over again. Nice. And here we are reviewing it. Well, so with that being said, we're going to get it started. First of all, Just Another Night. What a very inspiring name they came up with there. Someone put a lot of thought into that in the marketing department. So anyway, the show starts off with Bad Crew versus JT Smith and Joel Hartgood. This is normally the 911 section of the show. So this is what I'm anticipating going into this particular match. Right off the bat, we get a little bit of a swerve. Because JT Smith is trying to teach Joel how to do the JT Smith dance. Joel is fucking it up big time. And rightfully so, JT Smith gets frustrated and starts to whoop his ass. He eventually starts to abuse him with the steel chair. Bad Crew looks like they Bad Crew, they're just out chilling. You know, they're looking on. But JT Smith's looking at them like, hey, y'all want some of this? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all want to get down with the Italian stallion? But they like, oh man, now do your thing, man. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? We just go chill till you done. And then JT Smith bounce. Bad Crew whoop on Joe Hardgood some more, beat his ass. They get the easy 1, 2, 3 after they pick the bones.
JT is hilarious. He swerves Hardgood, smacks him in the face with a chair. Moonsault with the chair onto his knees. He leaves. Bad Crew beats up Hardgood. They take forever. They just keep doing move after move on the geek.
Poor Joe.
On the geek. They get the easy 1, 2, 3 in the squidash. Sandman comes out, cleans house.
Yep, Sandman comes out. Basically to hype up the crowd after the jobbers are done. Part of the match used to be filled by 911, who apparently he's on the outs with ECW.
If they're gonna phone this show in, so am I. I'm not gonna be the paragon. So am I.
Don't worry, 195 of y'all got me. Oh, let's see here. Next, we have the Fabulous Ones are out. That's Stevie Richards. I'm sorry, Dancing Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie, for those of you who may not know.
I've now called them the Fags.
For those of you who've seen the show, you know what the food is talking about. Spoiler alert, I will not be going into detail at the post-match of the faggery involved, just so you know, but it's understandable. So they start out with their fabulous Fargo strut. Before the shit that happened, you know, of course I thought it was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers crazy with this shit. They get their groove on for the crowd. Come to find out they're facing off against the Pit Bulls, who has Francine with them. The Pit Bulls dominate early, beating the hell out of both of the Fabulous Ones. Eventually, Stevie and the Blue Meanie do rebound a little bit, and they execute what chronologically to me would be the first ever stink face, when Stevie plunges Pitbull number 2's face into the Blue Meanie's ass.
These motherfuckers were the tag team champions 6 months ago. They are now getting stink-faced by the Blue Meanie. How far off the face of the earth have these motherfuckers fallen?
Man, how do you get a wrestler to agree to get his face, or to kiss somebody's ass, or get his face smashed in somebody's ass, or have a nigga ram his face on your ass? How do you get a nigga to agree to that shit?
More money. It's the only way.
Oh man.
You're gonna have to pay me a little bit more for this shit. This is, I mean, not me per se.
Right.
I'm just saying as a wrestler, because there's no recourse behind this. I mean, sure. I mean, what?
You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So, and then we see the second one chronologically, again speaking for me, occurs later in the match because the Pit Bulls return the favor, and then they smash Stevie's face into the Meanie's ass. It's like they both know what the Blue Meanie is cooking, apparently. So anyway, the Pit Bulls get the win when they hit the super bomb on the Blue Meanie. Hwould, your thoughts?
Could not care less. Dud. This match sucked ass. There's no reason that the Pit Bulls should be selling for the Blue Meanie. Now, for Stevie, I can see, because they've been in wars with the Stevie Richards. But the Blue Meanie, absolutely not. They should have been killing the Meanie, and Stevie should have been doing 1-on-2. This match sucked ass. Dud. Moving on.
Oh, man. After that, some gay shit happened. Moving on. And then we had Bill Alfonso coming out, hitting the ring with Taz. He's facing off against Bam Bam Bigelow, who's with Todd Gordon. Or so I thought. Because initially I was surprised that they were having a match featuring Bam Bam Bigelow so early. But now I know what's going on. It's actually Bill Alfonso versus Todd Gordon. Bam Bam attacks Taz. Bill attacks Todd. As it certainly seems like it's Bam Bam versus Taz because for about 75% of the match, the handheld camera guy, the fan cam guy, was mostly fixated on Bam Bam and Taz. Now, I had to watch Todd and Bill going at it in the distance and shit. Eventually, Todd started whooping off in Bill's ass. He must have powdered him when we didn't see him or something, because there's no way head up one-on-one shooting a fair one that Todd Gordon can get with Bill Alfonso, even on his best day and Bill's worst. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, Todd had the upper hand. Somehow, the one time the cameraman wasn't on Taz and Bam Bam, I guess Taz got the upper hand on Bam Bam, or I missed it somehow. Taz slides into the ring, one punches Todd Gordon, knocks him the fuck out for what must have been like a week because the ref was nowhere in sight. He dragged Bill on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Bill Alfonso gets the win, as he rightfully should. Hwoud, my brother, your thoughts?
What did Taz do to Bigelow to get the upper hand?
Right. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me.
I have no clue. Bigelow then no-sells a chair shot to the head.
Yep.
Then he sells a gut shot. Then he no-sells a chair shot to the back. The heels powder, I popped. I gave it 1/2 star. Match of the night so far.
Wait a minute, what part made you pop? Him no-selling and then selling, then no-selling?
Yes. And then them niggas when they powdered, they were like, he hit a nigga, boom, no sale. Hit a nigga again, boom, sale. Hit him one more time, boom, no sale. They bounce. They bounce. I immediately just started laughing. They hilarious. They bounce. Otherwise, the match was done.
Oh, man.
We have a bunch of Dudleys heading to the ring.
Yeah.
Sign Guy Dudley, Chubby Dudley, Dances with Dudley, Bubba Ray Dudley, and Big Dick Dudley bringing up the rear.
Naturally. Or unnaturally.
Bubba starts to dance in the middle of a bunch of dudes. Like Set It Off, or one of those dancing movies from the early 2000s. It was awful.
Cello.
Meanwhile, the Geek Dudleys are all getting total elimination.
Oh, shit, I loved it.
Bubba Ray is fighting 1 versus 2. Then the Shy comes in to even it up. He gets telegraph elimination for the win. Negative infinity!
I could have said it better myself, even though I've become a mark for the total elimination now. And part of it is thanks to Frenzy.
Wait till you see Taco get it. It's the worst. Oh my God.
And the what the fuck part of the night, because this was just weird. Like this, we have Sandman versus Axel Rotten.
So hold on. Stop real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak, and we're probably going to be on the same page, because I tuned out the first time I watched this match. I tuned out the second time I watched this match. The third time I start to watch this match, my daughter rips the page from my notebook. So now I'm thinking it's fucking destiny not to watch this match. Destiny. Okay, and then I see that they go like 20 minutes. So now I'm intrigued. I'm like, Sandman and Axel Rotten cannot go fucking 20 minutes. This has got to be some bullshit. 5 minutes is the fucking intro, and then they have like a 15-minute match. And it is completely fucking boring. Dead.
Like it was like not only it was boring. Before I get to the part, because this match was weird from the very beginning. First, it was weird because Sandman came out first. All right, so Sandman's coming out first. He's taking his sweet intro and shit. Whole time I have no idea who Sandman is facing and shit. So some music start playing. Joey starts get to talking about how the challengers playing mind games, like the great heavyweights, making your opponent wait and stuff. So now I'm like, who the fuck is Sandman about to face? They got this motherfucker waiting and shit. Then this motherfucking Axel Rotten. Then this motherfucker comes out like it's WrestleMania, stops, does the shit at the midway up the aisle and shit, where they put the hands on their hips and shit, and look around and take in the crowd and shit. I'm like, where the fuck does this motherfucker thinks he's at and shit? He's walking down to the ring and shit, looking around and shit, looking like this is about to be the greatest match of his life and shit. So anyway, and then they have the 15-minute snooze fest, as you said. What did Sandman owe Axel Rotten that all of this, or maybe Paul Lee owed him something, or Todd Gordon, I don't know who it was, but what was this shit all about? Like, it looked like they was trying to make Axel Rotten, even including the end part and shit.
Maybe it could have been his just due for having all those terrible blood fests with fucking his brother back in 95.
And then they have a bloodless match on top of it. Oh yeah, because the highlight of the match was when Sandman brought in the fucking guardrail from outside the ring into the ring. The fans are thirsty for blood. I'm thirsty for a good match. Neither of us will go home happy. Sandman wins with the top rope leg drop.
Then they share a beer.
Yes, Sandman goes on to say Axel is the only man in ECW who can go toe-to-toe with him. And then and not only do they share the beer, they fucking draw it out with the will they, won't they.
Then Axel proclaims that Sandman is the man and walks off. It was awful.
And I still have no clue what Axel did to deserve all of that moment. Coming out last, holding up the motherfucking crowd and shit, standing and posing, looking like he's fighting for the WWE Championship. Glad it wasn't just me. Alright, so moving on. They keep talking about this nigga Cactus leaving. Is this his last match, or is it on the horizon, or?
It's like a month away.
So, either one nigga they gave tons and tons of notice to that they're leaving and shit on. Alright, so we have Cactus Jack still rocking his WWF shirt, which I love. He's the real opponent for Bam Bam Bigelow. Stevie and the Meanie come out. All three of them do the fabulous Fargo struck. Cactus Jack looks like he's having the time of his life. Seeing him smile raised the enjoyment level of the pay-per-view for me, like twofold, no homo, but just, you know what I'm saying, like it just was enjoyable to see my nigga Mick having a good time and shit, you know what I'm saying. So, the motherfuckers is goofy.
The nigga jobbed to a clothesline.
And he jobbed to a motherfucking clothesline. Even Joey didn't think it was over. Like,
what?
Cactus didn't even try and kick out and shit. It's like 1, 2, only a 2. Oh, 3. I'm like, oh shit, it's over? Which was kind of good and shit, because I was, half paying attention to the match anyway and shit. But then Bam Bam, he runs through Stevie and the Blue Meanie, but Taz comes up, chokes him out. That's a hell of a sell job by Blue Meanie. By Bam Bam Bigelow, because Taz couldn't even barely get his arms locked around that motherfucker's big ass head and neck and shit. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even completely close the motherfucking circuit and shit, but Bam Bam sold his ass off.
Then Bubba Ray Dudley is in the background trying to make the save.
Yeah.
Stevie hits him with a Stevie kick from the back. Slump that nigga too.
Now that was awesome.
That shit was hilarious. The niggas, all the heels leave. They all leave together and shit. They put Taz and Fonzie in the front. And they're like, you get out of the ECW, Bam Bam. Stay out of my business.
Oh man, and not to be underrated and downplayed, but Cactus Jack was double arming DDT and niggas too, keeping them up off of Taz.
Yeah.
So they was put on a clinic out there.
He double arm DDT like 3 jobbers. Yeah. Like, Hard Good came in. Boom, double arm DDT. Dino Sendoff came in.
Boom.
You heard Shaw in the background. Then he got his ass kicked.
Boom. Oh, shit.
Bubba Ray Dudley comes in, Stevie kick. Yeah. Whole time in the foreground, Taz is barely choking Bam Bam Bigelow.
Let's face it. It looks like he's hugging. It looks like he's hugging Bam Bam from the back. Let's just.
I think I was giving him the Bailey.
Yeah. Next, we have Sabu versus 2 Code Scorpio for the television championship. Yet again,
Why?
for some reason, they insist on torturing us, and they want to make this yet another time limit draw.
Why? Just who does this help?
Definitely not us.
Okay, Sabu is supposed to be a world beater, okay, because again, they're doing parallel pushes of Taz versus Sabu. So they got to keep these guys strong as fuck. Why do you put Sabu with Mr. Hughes for 15 minutes? Why do you do RVD versus Sabu and you don't even televise the first match? Why do you do Sabu versus 2 Code Scorpio and you go to a time limited draw 2 fucking times in a row?
Makes no sense.
You're not keeping this motherfucker strong. All the while, Taz is beating up Koji Nakagawa, Joe Hardgood, the Dirt Bike Kid, David McKickflip, Jobber Jabronsky, just beating their ass. The Shy, he's over here hugging Bam Bam Bigelow to obliterate.
Hug the shit out of that nigga. Hug that nigga to sleep.
And you trying to keep Sabu strong for the big show? It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And this fucking clunk fest. It's not working. It was all over the fucking place. It's not working. Let's just get it out the way. Negative infinity.
Oh man, the best part of this whole ordeal was at the end of the waste of your time. 2 Code feigns like there's going to be some good sportsmanship and goodwill executed between him and Sabu. He ends up short arm clotheslining Sabu. He sits on the end of the apron in true heel fashion and laughs like a dumbass. Anyway, Sabu kicks him from behind. They start fighting up the ramp, and they fade to the next match. Best part of the whole match.
The crowd chanted boring during the match. And when it ended in a draw, they asked for 5 more minutes. These niggas is retarded.
They was chanting some racial shit, and there was some fucked up fans there in wherever they were.
Hillbilly, Pennsylvania.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. All right, so next, thankfully, in the true main event position, we have the last match of the evening. We have the Raven with his nest. He is flanked by Kimona Wanalea,
The Lady Boy.
the Blue Meanie, the Girly Man, and his master and fellow Girly Man, dancing Stevie Richards, in conjunction with his associates, will be facing ECW's first ever World Heavyweight Champion and former Anti-Monitor, last member of the great stable known as Hot Stuff International, and the franchise, Shane Douglas, for the World Heavyweight Championship. To be honest, I enjoyed this match and all the shenanigans that befell it. It starts off, Shane cuts a little promo at the beginning. They're going back and forth, and then Brian Pillman, he makes his way down to the ring with a camera. He somehow supposedly blinds Shane Douglas by taking a picture. Shane is blinded, but he doesn't lose the match. Pillman, he takes some more pictures, and apparently that is enough to get him escorted from ringside. Raven nearly gets a pin with the DDT, but Shane kicks out at 2. Shane ends up spanking Kimona Wanalea for no other reason other than I guess he just wanted to feel that ass. I don't know. But the finish comes when Cactus attempts to enter the ring, but Shane meets him with his own double arm DDT. Stevie super kicks Shane in the belly. Raven hits the even flow onto the chair. 1, 2, 3. The winner and still ECW heavyweight champion of the world, Raven Nevermore. Hwoud, your thoughts?
I thought they worked a competent match. I gave it a 2 stars. It basically was the highlight show of the night, especially after the fucking snooze fest that was Tuco, Scorpio, and Sabu, and all the schlock that we sat through earlier in the card. This woke the crowd up. They worked a good match, but again, it was too little, too late.
Post-match, now the very last part I found interesting. I'll ask you if 1, you saw it, and 2, what should be taken away from this. So, anyway, post-match, Shane is about to lose his nads. Thanks to Blue Meanie and Stevie. They're about to chair shot his shit to obliterate. Sandman makes the save. Shane gets on the mic and declares an alliance. They do the long drawn-out, will they, won't they join forces. They share a beer. Music plays, they're face-to-face. And then Sandman tells Shane to get out of here. But it isn't a loud, get out of here. But, said the fan cam is right up on his face, and he says, get out of here. And Shane immediately leaves the ring and saunters up, and Sandman does his pose and shit. Now, my question to you, is that wrestling cue shit, or was that a little bit of a shoot? Or?
No, that was more, okay, I'm doing my ending shtick to end this show.
Okay.
Bounce. That was that. So basically, Shane wants to form an alliance. Whoever, I'll watch your back, you watch my back. Mm-hmm. Whoever gets the title off of Raven, they will grant the other person the first title shot. Shane Douglas in early 1996 is very compelling as a heel because he's forming these alliances for the greater good to get him back to the world title. And ultimately it culminates at Hostile City Showdown 1996, which will be on April 20th.
Oh, sheets.
So that's when we'll be doing the smokeouts. So you'll see the further developing of Shane Douglas as this sneaky, conniving heel and in the first quarter of 1996. Yep. But outside of that, I mean, just it was a match with some storyline progression, but it felt like a beta test for a bigger show. I figure they're going to run this match again when they go back to the ECW arena in 3 weeks. And they're going to have the exact same match.
It's just my overall thoughts of the show. I know that there were a lot of parts that I didn't particularly care for, but I did enjoy the Raven and Shane Douglas match for the most part. And I'm really getting a kick out of the total elimination and the whole Axel Rotten experiment was fascinating, though quite boring. So yeah, overall, I would recommend it to watch it. Just check it out for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. By no means expect to be blown away.
Fan cam shows are 0 for 3 at this point. And the show ended like 5 minutes early. And then judging by the commercials from the time that it was capped and sent to the internet, it seems around 2004-ish. Because they had a Alien versus Predator commercial. I know that came out around 2004. Maybe early 05. In a few days. I don't think it's going to be a post show for this. It'll probably be more Cyber Slam 1996 recap.
Oh, fuck, Just Any Night, or whatever the shit was called.
We're going to do the Extreme Retro Review for February 27th, 1996. But until then, life is a work, so make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.
This show sucked. 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 This show